Hi, today I would like to share my thoughts about using MadMapper 6 beta during the composition of this performance using lasers in Mexico City. My name is Roberto Palma, aka Robert Photonic. For this project, I am working with 4 lasers. I am connecting them to MadMapper 6 using my Helios stack interface. I have 4 10 watts lasers. Don't worry, I made sure I used my safety zone correctly, so there is no lighting hitting the audience whatsoever. I had used MadMapper before with cues and scenes, but I kind of lose the control between the interpolation of scenes. And moving black or fade ended up just with weird movements like color shiftings and a lot of out of control movements from the lasers. So with this timeline, now I can decide exactly how I want them to transition between one scene and another. Since I used to be an animator, I'm used to work with the timeline in After Effects using keyframes. So when I started using the timeline, I found a really familiar interface, kind of blend with the workflow that it's already existed to create digital images. The addition of the timeline definitely add up to the control I can have between the different transition. One of them has one gobo that I made using textured glass. I also do some stained glass myself, so I have some glasses that has some texture. So there is no light hitting the audience, no worries. Everything is 3 meters and above, so they are completely fine. Lumia effect, it's called. So this Lumia effect has at least 100 years, and I wanted to take it back. So I placed this small sheet of glass in front of my lasers to get these caustic effects. And it's really nice to have actually those 2 layers. So I can have the hard light and the soft light. Well, kind of soft light, like this Caustics. It's still laser light, but it has an effect on it. During the second day of performance, I tried to stack 5 of the lasers because I wanted to achieve a more complex shape, like by stacking all these lasers and creating a dispatch scene coming out from MadMapper. The movement of the line kind of behaves differently if you control it by timeline than if you are controlling it using just video sources. The idea of being able to animate a vector, I think is the most finest way of approach for the laser motion. It's also one of the slowest way to do it because it's kind of more space dependent. Also the possibility to design with a sound that kind of let you scrub around the timeline. It's really useful rather than the old method, right? By animating the vector, you get a more clean feeling of the line. The laser beam has a particularly looking in the space. In digital illumination, it's called global illumination. This feeling alone kind of guides you around which cues works the best. So it's definitely a game changer if you can do it in the venue. And it has been amazing how does it feels to be able to play with the light, like if you were painting with so much more control over what's happening, and that it's really cool. The laser design kind of lacks the minimalism. I think I'm gonna add up an extra laser because I like to separate, because otherwise it starts strobing so fast that has its own rhythm and doesn't let you more ambiental or more meditative movements. I believe that somehow the laser likes to move slowly and sway. The more lasers you have, the slower you can move. with more complex designs, even if you are attempting a minimal approach of this. And when you are talking with cameras, it's completely different approach, right? Because this has been made for the eye, for the visitor. This has some things I believe it can improve inside the workflow. MadMapper 6 could be, while using this record button, it could be a nice acquisition to have smooth keyframe function that you can apply after you created all these keyframes, because normally when you remove the excess of keyframes, you also remove this wiggle that kind of feel like an error in the performance. So with this smooth, you kind of make an average of the transition between these values and kind of smooth that curve that you are having. Otherwise, you can still doing it, but you need to do it by hand, so that's a lot of time. And when you are talking about several layers, you really want to save as much time as possible in order to be in the zone just creating. I think that also could help to have some other shortcuts to use in the timeline. For example, press Control, hold, and drag, and clone those group of keyframes. That function would be really useful. The copy paste is nice, but once you are dealing with several layers at the same time, kind of make it slow, and because it's timeline sensitive, it starts moving in a way you don't want it. I do like the selection box you can make over the keyframes, and you can kind of select and drag proportionally to make them slow or fast. That is a nice acquisition, for example. It's gonna give a lot of freedom for the user, actually. Using video sources, media sources, now AI sources, it has been really a cool way to approach this laser design. I'm very excited to be able to contribute with this insight, so I hope that we can soon have the opportunity to play together with lasers using the released MadMapper 6. Yeah, let's see what the future brings. And of course, thank you very much, Said Dokins, for the invitation. It has been a beautiful project, and I would love to be involved in more beautiful projects around the globe. So if you have an idea or a project in mind, please just send me a message. I will be happy to reply and stay in touch. See ya!